Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Saturday, August 15th, 2020, and we're doing a live sew-in chat at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're watching at any other time, just know that you're watching an upload of a live chat. Trying to figure out what's that. I have so many things in here. It's not this. Is it the light? Nope. I don't even know what that pole is. Isn't that crazy? Oh well, we're live. Welcome everybody. Pull up on my phone. Close all. Hi everybody. Just pulling it up. We still got a couple of minutes. I came in here about maybe a half hour ago, just so that I could get started on sewing some pieces, since I don't seem to be able to sew a whole lot when I do the sewing chats. So I wanted to get a head start today. Okay. Last week we had, on Sunday, we did a Zoom, and I finished the 8 blocks in Zoom. And last week on here we did cutting demo. So decided I better get some sewing done. Trying to get some different colors, but it seems I have a lot of green in this section. Pulled a lot of green pieces. Let's see. So we're just giving people a chance to get into the room, and then I'll start reading some of the comments. Not a whole lot of variety. We'll put this one, even though it's green on green, it's a different value. And this one. Chain piece. Okay, so welcome everybody. For those that are just coming in, I'm just doing sew-in chat today. You can barely see my sewing machine. Let me see if I can tilt you all down. Hold on. Got this fancy mechanism, but I don't know. Okay. Maybe that'll help. Open it back up. See if you can see anything else. Whoops. Not much, but it's a little bit better. See more of the sewing area. We couldn't see any of this at all. I don't want it to be tilted forward so much that it falls over. So for right now, that's the best we can do. And trying to figure out how come yeah, okay. I thought I had this on no turning, but it turned anyway. All right, we got Quilt Gal here. Welcome. Just was communicating with you. Says hi to and everyone from Rainy, Maryland. Dee Dee Hansen is here. Hi, Dee Dee. She says hi to and group from Michigan. Lisa Pegg is here saying hello, ladies. Susan T says hi to and everyone from Pennsylvania. We are waiting on some rain, making more masks tonight. I saw somebody else was making masks on the Teaquilts group, and they had their grandchildren helping, and they were like teenagers, so that was really cool. I think I've turned this. I'm trying to turn this so you get less of this card I got, but it's not gonna matter, is it? Dee Dee says I have more masks in my future too. I probably need to make a few more just for myself and my husband, but I haven't yet. Teresa McCormick says, I'm not late today. Hello, hi T and everybody. Robin Boyd is here, says, hello, Miss T and everyone. Doris O is here, says, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great evening. Sheila Willis is here, saying hi T and quilters, rainy day in Tennessee. Regina Connor is here, says, hi T and all from scorching Las Vegas. And I'm surprised she in here because she's been quilting on her Teaquilt swap block where we did the Ablums crumb quilts, looking really nice. She's doing a great job on her home sewing machine. And Doris says it is still raining in Glen Allen, Virginia. Rachel McCauley is here saying hello. Hi Rachel, welcome to the channel. Melissa LePage says good evening T and everyone. June Hansen's trying again, I guess. Diane 57 is here. She says hi T and quilting friends. This thing has really got a lag today because it's just now showing me moving the camera down. This is gonna be weird tonight, guys. Diane was saying hi T and quilting friends. Carl Green saying hi T and everyone. And my friend Mike is here. He says, hey pretty girl, here in Florida watching you. Well, you stay safe while you're working, sir. Come back home safe. Joan Elkins says, hi everyone, what's under your scissors tonight? She says, her scissors, I'm snipping. So I'm using snips for scissors. My chain pieces. Lisa Peck says, hello T and everyone. Hope you had a great day. Pamela Tabor is here. She says, hello T and everyone. Francesca Fino is here. Hi Francesca. She says, hello T and everyone. Dee Dee says, are you using just solids in this quilt tee or just whatever? I'm using whatever. They're not just solids. It's a whole lot of prints. Everything but the kitchen sink, as they say. The only thing that I'm trying not to do is if the fabric has a black background or if it has a lot of black in it, I'm not using it since black is my focus fabric per se. But if it has some black in it, I'm not totally kicking it out either. Vicki Lemire is here saying hello. Judy says hello everyone. June Hansen is saying hi T and everyone. Tiffany is here. She says hi T and friends. I had a bad internet connection so I won't see or hear anything. Wow. Oh my gosh. Now I did hear like it wanted to start raining outside about 8:30 when I came into this room. So I'm hoping that everything stays fair over here. Lisa says that she's finishing 10 masks and then putting everything away. Oh my goodness, I think she's had it. Janet Mackerel says good evening quilters. Gramps is here, says hello T and everyone. Let's see, Jackie K says hi T and all. Hot and humid here in Brant, Ontario, Canada. Just waiting for some well-deserved rain. And let's see. I'm trying to get through where people are just saying hi to everybody else. We've got Mary here, says hi everybody. And Cheryl Clute says hello T and everyone. Maria Mayer is also saying hi to everyone. C-Rex says hello and good evening quilters. Susan T is talking to Dee Dee. Seems like the request for masks will continue to come for a long time. Yes, indeed. Michelle the quilter is here. Says hi T and everybody from New York, making dog bandanas for a gift. Now that's pretty cool. I keep saying I was going to make some stuff for my daughter's dog and haven't done a thing. Tiffany says, saying hi to Pamela. She's saying that, I think Pamela must have asked how was she doing. She says, I'm trying to push through whatever has me feeling this horrible. My gosh. Lisa's asking, what are you making at tea? I'm doing the same thing. I got 48 pineapple blocks. Ideally, I want 100. I only have, I'll take 80 as a minimum, but I want 100. So we're going to see. I was doing them in sets of 4, so now I'm doing them in sets of 8s and hoping that I can get these numbers up. But I haven't been in this room to sew since last Sunday, so I'm hoping that between today and tomorrow I can get 8 blocks done. David Wooderson says, can't hear you. Let me make sure my volume is up. Yeah, my volume is up on my device. I just wanted to make sure. So it is turned up. So I am talking like louder than norm. So I don't know what else to do if you can't hear. I know I had an issue before where somebody couldn't hear a couple weeks ago, and I found out after the live that my volume was indeed turned down. But I'll check this live too to see what the volume level is when I play it back, just to make sure. But this is the same device I've been using, my iPad. The volume is totally up. It's been working before, so I'm hoping that it'll continue to work. And thanks, Diane, for getting to David before I was able to. I am so far delayed, so okay. I just wanted to make sure that my microphone wasn't covered up. The bottom of my iPad is facing this way. I'm going landscape. My mic should be up here on my left, so it shouldn't be touching the mic, but I wanted to make sure. If it's still acting up, just let me know. So I'll look for a comment after 9:11, since that's the time it is now. I'm reading comments at 9:04. Francine says, hello everyone, sorry. Tiffany, I wish you strength to get through. Jackie K is here. Hi Jackie, she says making masks for wedding masks for our elementary school. We will need them for a long time, I think. Yes, and I think we're going to be right back into making masks when they open the school up, because it's going to be a lot of kids that don't have them, and I don't see how the school district can supply masks if they can't even supply basic teaching tools like pencils and paper, crayons, etc. That the teachers have been buying, or they're giving to the parents to have on the list to buy. And not all parents can afford to buy all these things that are going to be on the list. So I think we're going to be right back into mask making. Michelle the quilter's talking to Susan. Linda Griffith says, hi T and all, staying in and cool. It was 104 here today. Oh my gosh. I don't think we've had it that hot yet here in Missouri, or if we did, maybe I was in the house the entire day, but I know we've had a few days in, you know, high 90s. My brother is here. He says, hey sis, I'm here. Hi everyone. Hope everyone stay in safe and you got my thumbs up. Thank you so much. So everybody, please hit the thumbs up button. Just a reminder. Betty Harris says, hi everybody. I got out in fabric shop today. Just got back. I hope you had some fun and hope you found what you were looking for. And thinking of fabric, I was supposed to show you all on Wednesday the fabric that I bought with Kevin on Monday. I think I only bought one piece of fabric, if I'm not mistaken. I was in that sale room, and all the stuff in that sale room was pretty. I could have just taken it all home, but I decided to get yardage for a project that I needed some fabric for. So I'll show you that maybe on Wednesday, because it's not in this room. Let's see. Tiffany is talking to Diane. She says, I feel like death, but pushing through odd symptoms. Okay, so that's kind of different if she's got some different symptoms coming on. I hope you feel better, Tiffany. I have been talking to Tiffany through Messenger sometimes, so she's kind of keeping me up to date a little bit on what's going on. Kathy Klein says, hello from Central Illinois. Welcome to the chat. Sharon Lewis says, hi, T and everyone from Washington, D.C. Working on my disappearing 4-patch. Francine's talking to Betty. Teresa says, I quilt too. Hello, Teresa. Louise, I quilt too. Says, hello, T. Hi, everyone. And I'm trying to wait until I get down to the bottom. We'll talk about who all on here has some channels you all might like. Diane says, I made 2 masks for my niece. Francine says, I should have said I haven't been to Joanne since March. Leetta Bryan is here. She says, hi, T and T Quilters. Do Yoder says, hello, fellow quilters from a holler in Ohio. Hello and welcome to the channel. Teresa's saying she can hear me just fine, but I have earphones on. Judy says, I hear you loud and clear, T. So people are saying that they can hear. Sure Klutz reminding, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Kayla Avila is here, says, hello, T. So happy to catch you. We've been missing you, girl. I know you busy, though. Lisa says, our Joann's has little to nothing, so I'll be driving 45 minutes to the closest quilt shop. You know, I have not been to Joann's at all. I went to Michael's once, and I can't even remember what I was looking for. It was, maybe like some glue or maybe I needed, I know what it was. I was looking for tape for my ATG gun. So I didn't even go in looking for anything like quilt-wise or anything. So I haven't really been to those Michael's or Joann's. Haven't been to Joann's at all. Been to Michael's once. So, Katrina Dion is here. Says, hello, everyone. I came on only just to update on you on my sister Shari. Says Shari is back in ICU. I'm so sorry to hear that. She's in critical care. Cliff gave us sent me an email update on her. I talked to you all about it on Wednesday. So keep Shari in your prayers. It sounds really serious. So she has some complications from the surgery, he said. So be praying for her. Pamela says, I'm on my laptop and I hear you fine. Cynthia Shades here saying, good evening to all of T Quilters from Chicago. Welcome, Cynthia. And Do Yoda says, I ain't making any stinking mask. Ooh. Tiffany's talking. She's always got the highest temp, 119 today, but 117 right now. We know you win, Tiffany, girl. We ain't playing with you. Okay, I'm getting my screens popping up. It popped all the way down to the bottom, too. Mary says, Katrina, I missed the update on Shari Wednesday. What's going on with her? Adrian Reyes is here saying hello. Hi, Adrian. Susan Martin says, hello, T and all you quilters. I'm hearing you loud and clear in Florida. Katrina says, oops, CCU. She would be in CCU for 3 to 4 days. My brother-in-law says he's going to update Ms. T in more detail. Okay, thank you. I'll let them know when I get it. Pamela, let me just make sure I won't be able to tell if it comes through now, because if it goes through to my spam, which I put Shari's email in as a contact, so hopefully it does not. But if whenever he lets me know, I'll let you guys know as well. Hey G says, hello, new sewer, glad to be here. Thumb is up. Well, thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate that. Vivian Cavi is here saying hi, T. Vivian, I'm not sure if you was on here before when my brother and my sister-in-law, thank you for their gifts, for the gifts you gave my sister-in-law. Appreciate that. Susan says, Hobby Lobby must have got a shipment. I found Spider-Man, superheroes, Tinkerbell, Frozen, and some others for pillowcases and masks. I went on a shopping spree. It's more expensive though. I'm sure everything at this point is going to be going up because most things are shipped into the USA. So we're having to pay for that. And I can see now that I moved this thing and you still can't see the machine again. So we'll try to adjust it again at some point. I ordered from Joann's today. Have $1.99 shipping. Got me some polka dots. Unfortunately, I don't understand the medical language. This is from Katrina. I just know the MS has caused major damage to her heart. That if what they did doesn't work, she will need to have a new heart. Oh my gosh. Most definitely keep Shari in your prayers. Kim Burris has come in. She says, hello, T and T Quilters. Wow. Critical care unit. It's higher than ICU. So she's saying that she's in a critical care unit, okay? Because the last I heard, she was in ICU. So I just thought Katrina had a typo, but it's not. And a lot of people are praying for her and her sister and brother-in-law Cliff. Veronica Williams is saying hello, T. Hi, Veronica. Welcome. June says they usually call it ICU, intensive care unit. Sherry Willingham says, hi, everybody. Made it safely. Internet won't be on until 25th using data, so won't be able to be on long. I received wood press. Thanks, T. Well, thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. It seems like people are getting them. They're so pretty, they say. That's the first thing they say. But make sure you all use them, even though they're pretty. I've been using mine for a couple years now, so they're real durable. Vivian says, no, I was not on. I just got on. Sorry, I'm late. No problem, Vivian. I think it was Wednesday night when I mentioned it too. It was Wednesday's live. Katrina says, Pamela, I guess she is because my brother-in-law will follow her living will. Those who believe, pray. That's from Veronica. Absolutely. Pray for those in the hospital. Okay. So, we got Eric Oda just came in. So, we're going to have a whole lot of hi Erics coming up next. But just want to thank everybody for coming. Also, visit some of the other quilting channels. I know we've got Tiffany's Quilting Life has a quilting channel. Teresa Louise, I Love to Quilt, has a quilting channel. Ellen Campbell also has a quilting channel. She focuses on teaching children how to quilt. So she works with a lot of teenagers. And I think that's really great because if teenagers don't have anything to do, they just tend to go the wrong direction. So doing something positive like that is really great. She just bought a Go Cutter this week. I helped her get it because she didn't understand how to go online and get it. So I helped her with that. And she's already done some test cutting. So she's really happy with that. She's just got to now work on getting some more dies and stuff like that. But so if you all, Tucker, he's not in here tonight, Tucker Nace. He also is Tucker's Quilting Life. Tucker, I can't remember the name of his channel. If somebody know, just pop it into the comments so that people can have it. But just trying to make sure that you all follow some of the other quilters, or just go over. You don't have to follow if you don't like the way they teach or whatever. But go over and check them out. You'd be surprised at what you like. I think Tucker, being a youngster, he's very prolific. He gets a lot of stuff done in a short period of time. I'm just amazed. He just got a long arm machine. So please go check out some of these channels. And Tiffany is not on as much as she used to, but she still is on. If you go over, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It'll let you know when she's live. She's not, Tiffany used to be on every day, 3-4 times a day, all night, middle of the night. But since she's having some issues with pain, she's not on as much as she used to. But she still is on. She's making dresses and stuff. The last couple that I saw making dresses from clothing that she already have. So that was pretty cool. So go over and have some fun at the other channels. And Eric says, seems like everyone got a quilting channel but me. Tiffany said, thank you bunches for the shout out, T. No problem. Just want everybody to know, you know, that there are other people on YouTube as well. Mario Dennis says, hi from Montreal, Canada. Newbie here. I love T's colorful palette. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And Eric Oda is telling Mary, hi Eric, I don't either and never will. Ha ha. Now both of them want to be the channel critics. You know, and I thought about doing that, like being quilt channel critics, but not necessarily like in a critic per se, but like highlighting somebody's video or project or something like that. But that's too funny. So I'm going to go ahead and sew. I think I've gotten through those comments. Let me just make sure I haven't gotten any emails. I see Carolyn Bowser just sent one, but that's not what I'm looking for. Let me just check my spam real quick before I go on. I don't think it's going to come today, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I don't expect information from him today, so yeah, so let me see if I can get you all off the ceiling again. Here we go. Ugh. Did that work? Yes. Now it's back leaning on the thing, but like I said, my mic should be up on this end. My camera's on this end. I think the mic is on the other edge, so it shouldn't affect the volume. So I'm now using a new one. I got me a neon one. I had a key lime one too, but y'all know I sold it, right? I almost sold my neon too, but it's like I've been wanting to get the purple one. I had bought neon so I can put into my travel bag. So I told you all that I have some of my sewing notions that I keep packed, so when it's time for me to go for a day trip, I have stuff already packed, so I'm not having to pull stuff from out of this room. But I sold that one, and I'll just order me another one because I'm not going to be going anywhere to sew anytime soon, right? I've canceled all retreats. And workshops. I had that scheduled too. I was actually scheduled to be the guest lecturer at a retreat for the Missouri State Quilters Guild in October, and they finally canceled that one, which I was glad because I didn't want to have to cancel on them. So, but that's really cool. So I just started 8 of these. I came in here about a half hour and decided just to sew. So I'm starting out with the little tiny ones. The big one here, these are my chain pieces. I got 4 of those that I'm just randomly sewing a piece on. But yes, I'll be glad to get these done because I really want to see this quilt done. I'm actually making, I want to use it on my bed, but if I'm making a lecture, it won't get on there for a while. I'm going to have to delay using it. For those that are new here, last week on Saturday night, I did a video on how I cut these pieces out using the AccuQuilt Go Big electric machine. But you can use any machine, and also you can even use templates. So I talked all about that before. That was a requested video. The wooden presses, they all have been shipped, except for one that hasn't been paid. I got everything else shipped. And if you don't get it by next Wednesday for sure, just let me know, and then or we can try to see what your tracking number is coming up. I do understand that there are some issues now with the post office. Issues going on with that, so I'm just hoping everybody get their packages. I sent everything as a package to make sure it didn't go as regular mail too. It looks like I'm one piece short. So I've got to reach up here. And it's the same one already on here. Get a different piece. And then I think I'm sewing pieces onto here. Yep. So I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I did long arm quilting for the first time in about a month and a half, maybe. Yes. Super long time. So I got one more customer quilt, and then I have another customer's quilt that I also need to correct. One part of it, I had an issue on the back. It's just a little baby quilt, so it's not a big deal. I just need to take out a few seams and just sew it back in. So it should be fine. See who else has come in the room. I can't remember the last comment I read. I think everybody was saying hi to Eric, and that's when I stopped. So let's go back to that. Let's see. And Eric's saying hi to everybody else. Okay. And Teresa says that she thinks her press is down at the post office. Need to go get them. Yep, everything should be. If you didn't get a tracking number, it probably was because you paid me through a different venue. But if I tried to still send you a tracking number, but you know, we're dealing with, I had like over 50 mail orders, and then I still had some local orders as well. So I could have forgotten to send somebody a tracking number. If you pay through PayPal, they automatically send you the tracking number, but hopefully everybody's got some sort of tracking number. Claudette Bettis is here saying hello, T and everyone. Hi, Claudette. Welcome. Katrina says, oh yeah, a package came in. Shari's daughter picked them up. Okay, great. That's awesome. I'm glad they arrived. Rose Swall says hi from Indiana. Hi, Rose. Let's see. And Eric, you have your Zoom room. That's Teresa. They must have some other joke going on there. Mario says, Dennis says hi from, I did read that. So I read some of this. Hold on. I didn't go down enough. Oh, Teresa saying, thanks, T. I appreciate that. She's talking about the shout out for her channel. Celia Swain is here saying hi, everyone. And Mario saying hi to everyone too. Uh-oh, Tiffany's having signal issues. Pamela says, doggone it, my internet crashed for a few minutes. Oh my goodness. So it's going on around the world, I guess. Is anyone else baking in the heat? I had to take 4 cold showers today. That's from Eric. And Vicky, being who she is, go, yeah, Eric, barbecue chicken and baked potatoes in the oven. Tiffany is in the pool right now, so that's good. She can chill. She says it does help her pain some. June says, I had a beautiful day today, only 82 and no humidity for once. We could use a lot of rain. So dry and everyone is burned. Even crops are bad. We had so much rain that a lot of our crops died out last week, especially the home, well, for the home gardeners. I don't know about the other gardeners, but I know our, or the farmers, but I know our home gardeners had some issues. And Diane says she's staying inside except when I take the dogs out. Susan says it's cooler in PA. Sorry for the heat. We just came out of a heat wave. And I think Tiffany's saying her pool is 80-ish degrees. Hey, G says, new sewer here. What are you doing with the marker? This is a seam press. It's not a marker. You use this to press your seam so that I don't have to go use an iron. Trying to get it so you can see that. It has a flat end here. And then it's kind of a contoured handle. This is what I just sent to everybody. They were ordering these. So just for people that are interested, I will be ordering again probably mid to late September for October order that I'll be sending to the wood turners. Still some people that weren't able to get an order this time. So they wanted to wait and order, and then also for people that said they wanted to purchase for gifts. I've already got people trying to get me to put them on a list, but I'm going to wait and do everything toward the mid-September because otherwise I'll be at my computer the whole time. So, yeah. And thanks, Lisa, for telling Hey G what it is. So, and Diane as well. Cheryl Bean is here, says hello, T and everyone. Practicing feet motion quilting tonight and having fun. It is fun when you first learn how to do it. It is. And then you get to that queen size quilt and be like, oh my God. But you work your way through it because Regina was in the live with us on Zoom last Sunday and she was quilting motifs on her Teaquilt swap blocks, and she was doing it on a basic domestic sewing machine. So not a basic machine, a domestic sewing machine. And so she was getting it done, but it's a lot of work. I've been there, done that, and hope I never have to go back. Diane's telling Eric to just do a snow dance. He's in California. It's not gonna work. Jackie say we have a total water ban up here. Everything is dry and crispy. Wow. Diane's reminding people to... Oh, she's talking to Derek. Eric, I'm sorry. Patricia Bryan says, Tia, it was nice to catch you on Crafty Gemini. You called me Patricia in the past, but I go by Pat. Haha. It was nice to catch you on Crafty Gemini. I don't think I was on Crafty Gemini. I was on, not Crafty Gemini. We was on Linda's Electric Quilter, Patricia. But she says I go by Patty. I wasn't in Crafty Gemini. And Joan Elkins is saying, yes, T, let us know when you are ready to do another order. I sure will. And Lisa says all our melons ripened, so our neighbors are all having honeydew, cantaloupe, and watermelon tonight. Tomatoes didn't do squat this year. Wow. Mario says, I don't do full quilts, procrastinator, but I do wall hangings and framed blocks. That's cool. You're still a quilter. Hey, Rose Swallows is saying hit the thumbs up, everyone. I almost forgot. Usually do it when I first get on. Thank you so much, Rose. And Eric says, I see bubbles. I swear I'm not drinking anything. Talking about he see bubbles. Oh, the neighbor's kids are blowing bubbles. Okay. Okay, and then Patty is saying that we were on the right channel. Okay. Because I'm like, I wasn't on. I don't have time to do a whole lot of YouTube stuff. And then again, I try not to do too many quilting channels just because sometimes I have the same project somebody else is doing. I might have it on my to-do list to do. And so I don't want to appear like I'm copying them. And even if I do, I don't want to like repeat something that I heard from them just because it was in my head or something like that. So I pop in and out of things a little bit, but I try not to like just focus in and stay in. But I do love Linda's Electric Quilters. They actually show you how to use the products that they sell, so I like that. See, they going crazy and cuckoo in the comment section. Tiffany is floating on a flamingo. Just random, you know. They crack me up. Her, Diane 57, and Mary. You just never know what's going to come out. And we can't leave Eric out either. That is too funny. So, let's see. We are on B, C, so now we're on D. And I just pull out some pieces here just to get started. And then I just try to pull pieces that are not currently in my block already. I have so many fabrics in this quilt, but sometimes I still accidentally put a duplicate fabric in the block. I just leave it at that point. So I'm just pulling some off, trying not to get duplicates because I got so many fabrics. There is no reason to pull one that matches. Four, 6, 7, and 8. And then if I get down to the end and looks like I pull one that's gonna already be in the fabric at the end, and I just switch it out at that time. But just pull some down to get started. And I love using my press tool, and that's how come you all got interested in them, because you all see me use it every time I'm in here sewing live with you guys. So yes, have to make sure I put these on the right side. I do more ripping when I'm with you guys than I do ever when I'm alone. It's amazing. It's like I can't record and read comments and sew at the same time, I guess. One thing I like about the AccuQuilt is that everything's already cut. You do waste a lot of fabric, but on Darlene Fitzgerald method, I still wasted a lot of fabric there too. So you got to determine which is more important to you. I got so much fabric, it's ridiculous. And then I'm actually got the nerve to only be cutting from scrap. So I think I can waste a little fabric and use it to make dog beds. Have my friend use it to make dog beds. I contacted her once, but she never responded. I need to see if she's still making them, or do I need to, somebody suggested going to the Goodwill and getting buying pillowcases from Goodwill and then just putting them in there and then just closing the ends of the pillowcase. I think that's an excellent idea. Because I don't want to actually make a whole dog bed, but if I can get some really cheap pillowcases already sewed up and all I got to do is one stitch across the top, then I can make them myself. I don't have to give it to my friend. Excellent idea. I just haven't been to a Goodwill yet. I did go to a Goodwill, but I wasn't thinking about it. I went to one with Kevin when we were in Columbia. We stopped in Columbia. Thought we might find a good place to find some quilty stuff, but they didn't have a thing in there. And Eric, I saw his comment. He says it's amazing how much fabric goes to waste just squaring up. It's like I can't even get in. I can't be bothered with fabric waste on certain projects when it's all stuff that was just in a bag that I wasn't using anyway. So I do understand what he's saying. You're gonna waste some fabric somewhere. And then you've got to decide if time is your friend or if saving fabric is your friend. And I'm still using the fabric some kind of way, so I'm okay with that. And it's all scraps. I got yardage on my walls for days. Yardage in my closet for days. And the closet is the one area I've done everything. All my other fabric has been wrapped on boats except for the fabric that's in my closet, which is the batiks, the Asians, stripes, African, and I think my dots might not be organized either, but they're not in that closet. But I went through and organized all my fabric. I probably used over 1,600 comic boards. That's how much fabric I got. She says, you don't waste that much. I make them for my fur babies. Yes, Diane's talking about the dog beds. Let me go back, make sure I haven't missed anything. Patricia's asking, T, do you work on more than one project at a time? I'm currently working on 4 and have 3 tops waiting to quilt. Normally, I do work on more than one project at a time. But I am in the process of trying to make, since we're in the pandemic and I got time, I am actually creating another lecture that's going to be for pineapple quilts. So I got the one where I made this one back here is number 1. This one is actually number 2, but I stopped in the middle and did Guyleen's because Guyleen Fitzgerald did a pineapple challenge in the month of June, and they went through till July, but I got all of mine's done in June. You was to make 1 pineapple block a day, so you're supposed to end with 30 blocks, but I have 48 blocks, and I put that one aside so I can come back and work on number 2, but I got all of my blocks ready. I just got to put that together. So technically I'm working on 2 pineapple quilts right now. I do normally work on a lot of things. Sometimes I make tops and then I don't get them quilted. Sometimes I'm doing stuff for videos, and so I'll get something started but don't finish it as well. So it just depends on what I'm doing. If somebody wants to see how I make a particular block or something, then I might do a video. So I have a lot of UFOs, okay? Evelyn French says, Lisa, welcome. Tea is great. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Appreciate that. Mario says, show us your blocks. I got one back here that's done. This is my black right here. This is just one. It's only been pressed with my wooden iron. It has not been pressed with a heated iron. Once I get my block completely done, then I go ahead and press it with a heated iron to make sure everything is nice and flat. Rose, Diane is saying to Rose, never give up, never give in, power through. I must have missed another comment. Lisa Monetez, I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry about that. She says, I love the way T explains things. Thank you so much, Lisa. And Lisa says, I keep all my scraps. And even with the scraps that I have, you can make your own fabric too. I have some videos where I've shown you where I used a whole lot of thread and just made some stuff from thread from my long arm. When I have a trash can that's just dedicated for my long arm threads. And one time I took it out and did a video where I just showed you all where I was sewing, making thread fabric, and then I took it and made a bowl out of it, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I use strings for fur babies. That's what Diane is saying. Lisa says, my grand fur is so small, it's going to be a bit before I have enough scraps. Working on it, though. Eric says, T, if you need to waste fabric, I got an excellent nonprofit that can use it. I discovered the Eric Oder Fabric Foundation. He is so silly. They take scraps and make quilts. Him and Kevin came up with that. Pam had to go. Lisa says, I get the bolts from Joann's and cut them in half and wrap my fabric on them. And I had some fabric that I had on bolts, and mini bolts is what they call them. But because they were so thick, they take up more space. And so I wrapped on comic board because it's pretty stable. But then I'm not wasting space because I had so much fabric. I was able to put more fabric on the shelves than if I had just used the bolts. I wrap my fabric on comic boards also. Love the way it helps. It helps keep things nice and flat. I know when I didn't have my fabric wrapped, I just folded it and stacked it onto shelves. I found that when I went through and pulled pieces out, the stack would get cattywampus and all of that. Wrapping them on the comic boards has proven to me that when I go get pieces out, it's the stack stays nice and neat. So my fabric has never been neater in all the years that I have been quilting since I changed it out to get my long arm into that room. I changed my fabrics, how I stored my fabric. And June says, laughing out loud, Eric, I'm sure T will send you some. I sent Eric some fabrics before. I want to see him use those. They were those black and gold ones from Bendertex, Eric. I did a project and I sent you the scraps. So let me see that, Eric. Thanks, Mario. Says nice on the block. Lisa says, do you use spray? I spray my fabric when I press it, or before I press it, and then I let it sit in so that the starch is absorbed into the cloth and not going to be on the bottom side of my iron. So yes, I have. And when I go back and just press these blocks, I'm just using a steam iron, but I'm not pressing. I'm not ironing per se. I'm just lifting and pressing. I'm not running all over the blocks because I don't want them to get distorted in size. So I've already starched my fabrics. Montanus. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Montanus. Because I wanted to say is. Okay, easy. Okay. Tiffany says, I use meditation and self-hypnosis and well-pull therapy. That's for her pain. Carolyn Bowser is here. Says, hey T, I'm still trying to finish my pineapple quilt, laughing out loud. Well, I'm still working on it. Hopefully I'm more than halfway done at this point. Even if I do the 100, I got 48 complete blocks, but I got pieces on another 8. So technically I'm over the 50 I've got these 4 that are this size, so they're almost done. So technically I'm more than half done, even if I make 100. So y'all come on, get them done. I'm giving y'all a chance to catch up. We know Tucker got his, he made 30 blocks, 36, and he got his quilt put together, his quilt top. It's pretty cool. Thread fabric, never heard of that one. I have to look for that video. I have to find a link, because I ended up making a thread bowl. So look for bowl or something like that too. Vicky said, wish Wally World would get some fabric. Wish Wally World would get some fabric. Lisa says, how much can you get on a comic board? Whatever my yardage is, I just wrap it around. I just make sure that I'm not wrapping it tight so that it doesn't bow, because I want it to all stay flat. So I have 3-yard pieces, 4-yard pieces, whatever I got, I just wrap it onto the comic board. Joyce Rockamore is here, says, hello, my sewing family. Welcome, Joyce. Carlin says, what is your rule for buying fabric by the yard? I tend to buy a yard of fabric if I'm buying fabric, and then if I know that it's going to be used as a border print, then I'll buy 3 yards. For me, when I put my borders on, I like to put my borders on lengthwise. So I cut my borders off 3 yards of fabric, and I'm normally making bed-size quilts, so that's why I purchased 3 yards. I'll cut my borders off first, and then if I have any of it left over, then I can also use it on the inside of the quilt. So for me, 3 yards for borders, 1 yard if I'm just putting it in my stash. And Eric goes, I heard a challenge. Just use the fabric. Jackie says, I use plastic kitchen cutting boards from the dollar store to wrap my fabric. Thin and cheap. That's a great idea too. I know you can get like 100 comic boards. At one point it was $10. I used to get them off Amazon, but I think I'm the reason why they probably went up, because I bought so many of them, and then when I went back to buy, because I think I bought like 10 packages when I first started, and then when I went back to buy the remaining ones, I noticed that the price had gone up on them. So, you know, due to supply and demand, things will go up or down in price. And right now, everything is just going up in price. It's just how it is. Triana says, hi, everybody. That's from Tiffany. Hi, Triana. Let's see. Vivian says, it's the board that you're using for your fabric. Please explain it to me. It's just comic board. If you just Google comic board or go to Amazon, use my Amazon link if you do go. But it's just regular comic board, and it's acid free. But I get it because I like the thickness of it, and then it has like a glossy coat on it too, so that kind of helps to thicken it up a little bit more too. So it's not particularly anything special, because you don't have to have it acid free, I feel. But it's just that that's how it comes. The thickness is nice over regular cardstock. It's a way thicker than regular cardstock. I make a square rectangle, sew the side and the bottom on the top, sew it 3 inches. She's talking about how to make a dog bed, I guess. Eric says, okay, serious question. How do you get your iron from spitting out water when you steam? I mean, it's great when I give myself a steam fabric, but not good when pressing. I don't know. I just think that eventually they all go bad. Me and my husband lives here. He swears sometimes that he doesn't knock my iron off, but I think sometimes he does knock my iron over. Just not going to confess to it because he know the irons are expensive. But I don't know. I just think, me personally, the way that I sew, I just know I just go through irons fast. So I don't even worry about it. It just is what it is. And there's a lot of people that will use a spray bottle instead of putting water in their iron. And that's Kevin. He doesn't put any water in his iron. He barely uses water at all. But then if he needs something for wrinkles or something, then he will just use water. T, are you talking about wrapping your fabric around cardboard that bolts of fabric come on? Sorry if you answered it already. I got ready for bed. I am not wrapping it around. That was what I read from somebody else, that they wrap their fabric on the bolts. They cut them in half from Joann's. I use comic boards. And Mary says that's why she quit using steam. Patty says, I use a spray bottle of distilled water. I don't put it in my iron. And I've even tried using distilled water and regular water. It makes no difference. The only thing that I think make a difference is I use the distilled water in my steamer, my steam press, when I'm doing t-shirt quilts. But that's about it. And Lisa's asking, what is the best comic board to buy? The cheapest one, long as it's registered as comic board, it's going to meet certain criteria. And then, you know, we can go with names and you just end up paying more. But I just tend to Google and see what I can get the cheapest, and that's where I go. At the time, that was on Amazon. It could be somebody else now. You just never know. And Mary's saying, I guess I just don't know what comic board is. Comic board was made for people that are more card collectors. They collect the comic cards, or you collect the basketball cards, the football player cards. You know, they have different game cards. And so what it was it's a way for them to collect things that are acid free. Sometimes they would use the plastic insert sheets to put stuff on. And then other times they'd use the comic boards to put them inside their magazines to keep the magazines from being bent when you store them. So there's many different ways you can use comic board, but the main thing was that it was acid free. But for our fabric, I don't think that is as critical. I just like the weight of the comic board. Patty saying at Jackie, that was a great idea, more sturdier than comic boards after I use up what I have. Maria says fabric is very expensive in Canada, $20 to $22 a yard. Oh my gosh, we can quit complaining over here. And up to $30 a yard for coffee fabric, facet fabric, I'm sorry. I buy everything from the U.S. Wow, and that's $30 Canadian, or is that $30 USA? Because if it's $30 Canadian, it's going to be even more USA. Here I am complaining about paying $3.50 a yard. That's Eric. You can't complain when you pay $3.50 a yard, Eric. Jones says, I did ask at the local Humane Society, and all they said was it must be washable. Yeah, and that was the thing that they told about this girl, because I even had her put dress fabrics inside of some because I was getting rid of that stuff and nobody wanted it. But I'm like, instead of having it just sit in a Goodwill, at least it can go in a bag, long as it can be washed. You don't care if rayon shrinks inside of the dog bed. It's fabric and it's washable. It doesn't matter. So and Lisa says that Olicio's iron is the best. It's washable when you finish and sew the seam shut. It's all fabric, very washable. Nisi Moss here says, hi T and everybody, welcome. Vivian says that she uses well water. Rose says, I quit using water in my iron too. Bought this spray bottle that really missed the water. I like it. I bought one for my hair and found out I really like this mister on this bottle. And I also like Best Press spray bottles as well. But I have a mister that when you pull the trigger, it keeps spraying after you've already pulled. So I like that because I don't have to spray as often. So I like even cheaper fabric. That's from Susan. Free. And Jackie says that it's $12 to $18. I get most from the States also. Can you use cardstock tea? That's Diane asking, can you use cardstock? Yes, you can, but I think the comic board is the way it's made. It's a little bit, it doesn't bend as easily as just regular cardstock. You've got to get a very high grade of cardstock, and by the time you pay for that, because you're going to be into paper crafting, which I do buy for paper crafting, that paper costs more. You can spend $50 for acid-free, for cardstock, for paper crafting. So just know that, you know, there are different ways you can get items. It just depends on what your end result is, and comic board was good enough for me. I'm just trying to remove this person off my channel. Thanks, Eric. Let's see. And I'm trying to make sure that I didn't hit the wrong person, because I do that sometimes. Cardstock may not be acid free like the comic boards are. Susan's, that's from Patty. Lisa says, Susan T, perhaps you should hook up with Eric Older Fabric Foundation unless membership is limited. Oh, darn. We got Wally World and Ben Franklin, and Ben is closed because of virus. Wow. All of our Ben Franklin's closed. That used to be one of my favorite places, and it wasn't that I bought everything from them, but every once in a while they come in with a great line of fabric and have it in there for really, really cheap. So, very nice. She says there are two. Oh, okay. Thanks. I didn't catch that one. Hide this user on this channel. Okay. Thank you, Diane. I didn't see the other one. It's like, why they come in pairs? We haven't had anybody come on in a long time, so we've been real fortunate. So that's pretty cool. T, does the Go Baby have pineapple dies, or is it too small? The pineapple die will go into the Go Baby, but the problem that I had was they do make a 2-inch strip die that will cut 2 strips that you can put through the Go Baby. And I don't think they even have it the Go Baby. They call it the Go Me now. They got rid of the Go Baby name for some reason. So it's the Go Me. But you can cut 2.5-inch strips. But when I was helping Ellen, that was the problem she was having. She was trying to get the cheapest one. She wanted the Go Me. But when I started doing research on which type of dies would go in there, they didn't have a 1.5-inch strip die that would go in there. The only strip die that would go into the Go Baby is the 2-inch, and then they have a multi-board that will cut 1 inch, 1.5, and 2 inches. So you get 3 strips of various sizes. But if you want to cut a lot of 1.5-inch strips, that's not the board to do that with, because you're going to be wasting fabric on both sides as you're cutting. So that's some things to consider before you go and buy the cheapest machine. Sometimes I would almost just recommend that you all go with at least the mid-level machine, which would be the regular Go, because your limitation with being able to cut strips. I think if you get a regular size Go, you can cut all strips. Okay, so hopefully that is, I was clear with that. But if all you can afford is a Go Baby, then go for it. You know, just get started. Eric says, if you donate a yard and you got 4 years membership. Eric's collecting fabric from people to let them into the Eric Older Fabric Foundation. You all are funny. Uh, y'all are too funny. Oh wow! And Susan T said, "Eric, that's a great deal. I have some Elvis Christmas fabric. I bet that would make nice stacking whack if it was yardage." And Rose is saying that the video of T making the fiber art bowl is titled "Quit With Me Fiber Art" and was uploaded November 27, 2017. Thank you, Rose, because I can't remember what I named stuff and what I'm doing. But I do plan to do another video where I'm going to be just taking some fabric scraps and then we're going to be using them some kind of way. So I do plan to make another one where, remember I had all those triangles from when I was trimming off, making the pineapple blocks from Guyleen's project. I'll probably just use those because I got them already in a container and use that to make some projects too. And I do have some videos I need to edit and upload, just haven't had time. I've been making orders and mailing stuff, and I was supposed to get my husband and my daughter to help me this week, but I just decided it'll be just easier to go ahead and get it done. I got things done a lot faster. I know how to do it, and I don't have to train anybody right now, but they need to learn this stuff when I have like 2 orders, not 50 or 60 orders going out. Let's see. Ooh, Jailhouse Christmas. That's from Eric. He's interested in that fabric. Lisa says, T, I watched your video on purchasing a long arm, and that's how I found out about you. I'm looking to purchase, but need a smaller one. Any recommendations? I think when you say smaller one, sometimes you can get like smaller frames. I'm blocking the name. Eric, what's the name of the company we bought those rulers from? They sell the long arm frames. They're Grace. I think it's Grace Company. They have some wooden frames. They're not as costly as some of the other frames. And maybe if you bought some of those little puzzle mat things to go up under it, it will help with the vibration. I find sometimes the wood stuff, you have a lot more vibration. But if you put something on your floor to prevent that vibration, you should be okay. But look at the Grace Company and see what they got. Mary saying I have the Go Baby and it was on sale. That's probably why. And it's discontinued. Yeah, and I don't understand. It was out for years. So I don't understand why they changed the name. Just they didn't say they were changing the name. They just came out with the Go Me and started doing all the advertisement. They never said why the Go Baby disappeared. So the Go Baby is discontinued. They still listed as what dyes will go into it, but they're not selling that. So it's either Go Me, the regular Go, the Go Big electric machines. Okay, and then you can get like different starter packages with that if you're interested. But I just tend to buy what I want. I never hardly ever get their packages. And Rose is, y'all are so funny in the comment section, bargaining with Eric for I will be your vice president of your organization if I can have a share in the fabric. That is too funny. T, please make a donation to the oh, at Susan. T, please make a donation to the Eric Older Fabric Foundation. He is serious as all get out. Patty says Grace Q Zone hoop frame is metal and is 4.5 feet and not as expensive. So that's a suggestion somebody is giving you as well. And I do know that there are some companies that have wooden frames, but I'm just blocking right now because I've seen them. And it could be that the Grace Company also is changed over too, because I haven't looked at that information in years. And Lisa says she has to go electric. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do some more sewing. It's 10:12, so we've been on a little over an hour. Get some more sewing done here. some more of these pieces on here. Between today and tomorrow, I need these 8 blocks done. So I guess I got another quilt to put on my frame. I'm hoping I hear from my customer what design she wants. And then while those are running, I can be maybe sewing some of these pieces. Although I couldn't do that today, it seems like. Didn't work out for me today. Oops. Can't lose my pieces. They're flying off the top here. One. I'm just going to pull some of these down and we can get some more later. I'm not going to count. Will not count from a chain. Those are just my chain pieces, so it doesn't really matter. Tiffany is back saying that she lost internet. Mary is asking me how many pieces are in the block. It's 37 pieces in this particular block. This block finishes at 10 inches. It was 1 round less for Guyleen's blocks. They finished at 8 inches. So the more you go around, the bigger your block will be. I think if you have a studio die cutter and buy the pineapple die, they finish at 12 inches. They have an extra round. Let's see. Bye Mario says, love my visit. T, you are very charismatic. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Just try to talk to people, answer any questions that people have. Kelly A is here. Says, hi Miss T and everyone. Won't be chatting much tonight, but listening as I clean my disgracefully cluttered and messy sewing room. Well, join the club, girl. I had to clean off my long arm. I use the back of it for everything. I use it for shipping. I use it for cutting. I use it for measuring. So earlier this week, Kevin stepped in here and he saw the mess, and I said, that's just all shipping. You know, because I have boxes for some stuff because people ordered more items than just the wood press. So some people had boxes, some people had bags that I had to wrap, some people just had the envelope. So it was a mess. So I had to clean up that before I can do anything else. And then I also use it when I'm doing t-shirts and stuff. I use it to know what's going on which t-shirt. So yeah, I have a mess. It's ridiculous. I guess I didn't get enough choices. Go back up here and get some more. Ooh wee. That fabric's already in there. Trying to find a different fabric. When my blocks get big toward the end, and I really have to pay attention to what I'm putting on. Otherwise, I could be ripping if it's really close. If it's on the other side of the block, I'll just let it go. But if it's close to where I'm putting it, then I'll take it off. I'm missing some comments. My phone the slider has gone up, so I don't know where to start now. But I'll come back to you guys in a bit. Just want to get my next round on since I haven't done any sewing. Haven't done much sewing. I've done some. They look cute when they're tiny. They're so cute when they're tiny. Okay, so that's B, C, B, C. I'm on D. And I need dark ones. 3. Okay, just trying to get some more pieces out so I can continue my masterpiece. I will be glad when this one is over. Then anything that I make after this definitely will not be this big. I have a bad habit of always making big bed-size quilts. But I wanted this one big, that once I got through with it in my lectures, that it would be for my bed. So that's the only reason that I'm making this one as big as it is. I've really been wanting to do a pineapple quilt for a long time. So I decided I'm only going to do one big bed quilt. That's why this one back here only has the 12 blocks, since it's just for a lecture. And it was my first one that I started impromptu. We started sewing on these pineapples for the pandemic. Somebody asked me would I do more lives on Saturday during the pandemic, so that's how this all started. I want to say in April. The label's on the other side. I'll probably destroy everything up there trying to look at it right now from here, so we'll just wait. But I'll just say since April I've been working on these. Let's see, the comments keep rolling in. I'm so far behind. Eric looked like he's helping with the long arm issues, so I like that. So thank you, Eric. Lisa's asking, when do I stream lives? On Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's the normal live. I do that weekly unless something comes up. And then on Saturdays, that's the extra live. I do at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're also going to have Zooms where we're going to do those on Sunday at 8 Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, once a month on Sundays. We got the next one coming up next Sunday, not tomorrow, but the following Sunday at 8 p.m. So in order to get Zoom, Eric, I guess I could post it on as a post on YouTube. I haven't done that, but I guess I could. But Eric is posting that information inside of the Teaquilts Facebook group. So that's what we're doing. Deanna J is here, says, hi everyone, just getting my internet to work. It seems like a lot of people have been having internet problems today. Eric doesn't even want to be president of his own foundation. Now that's sad. Jackie says, is there a lot of waste when using the die cutters? There's going to be some waste over you rotary cutting, because when you rotary cut, every now and then you may have to re-square up depending on what you cut. But when you die cut, the fact that you've got to re-put the fabric on and you've got to make sure that it's over the die edge. So yeah, so you've got a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch that you're going to be wasting every time you cut a stack of fabric. For me, when I cut my squares and 1/2 square triangles, I got a good system down that I'm not wasting too much fabric. I waste more fabric when things are at an angle, like these pineapple things, and that's because of how you line up. Now, if I was rotary cutting these same angles with my rotary cutter, doing it in the traditional manner, it's going to take me a whole lot longer than it would for me to die cut. So sometimes I go with I'm going to waste more fabric over I'm going to, and save time, over I'm going to take more time to cut but save fabric. I got plenty of fabric, and most of my quilts, I'm going to say probably 95% or even more of my quilts are scrap quilts, so I never run out of fabric. So I'm not going to have that issue. And I'm going to, again, do another eyeball estimate and say probably 75% of my scrap quilts are made from scraps, don't even come off the yardage. I tend to go to yardage when I need borders or sashings, something like that, cornerstones, something where I'm having a constant fabric. And sometimes, like on this quilt, I was able to get all of this out of my scrap because it was a small quilt, so I didn't even have to use yardage that came off of my wall. This yardage was like 1/2 yard or less that was in my scrap container. These are true scrap fabrics. I haven't even gone into the scrap containers. They never got put up. I used them for projects, or people gave them to me and they never got put up. And so I decided that I was going to share them with everybody out here in YouTube land, because some of the fabrics I was tired of looking at. So when I started sending out those gift bags, they came from fabrics that were out that had never got put up. I sometimes will, we have free-for-alls at our guild, and they make the price so irresistible that you can't leave it. And so some of this fabric came from that as well. But, so in a way, I'm okay with sometimes wasting, what we call wasting fabric, because you use more when you're cutting with the die cutting system, and I'm okay with that because even that waste gets used. So you will use more fabric if you're die cutting. And Diane's laughing, saying, laughing out loud, if your room ain't messy, then you're not creating. And Eric is also telling Jackie that yes, there is, but the trade-off is that you can cut pieces 10 times faster and more accurate. And that's correct. And I mostly, like when I first got my die cutting machine, I didn't use it a whole lot because all I bought was like your straight things for cutting strips or cutting 1/2 square triangles. And I find if I just needed like 8 of them, I would just go ahead and cut them the regular way. I started using my die cutting system when I started cutting pieces like winding ways, double wedding ring, tumbler blocks, things that have particular angles to them that make them a little bit more cumbersome to rotary cut, or where I found that I was going to need a template for. So these pineapple things with these edges, they cut off all the dog ears. I know exactly where this piece go. I prefer to rotary cut this particular quilt pattern than to do it any other way. Even paper piecing would probably be my second best if I had to do it, probably paper piecing. And then Guyleen Fitzgerald, she has the ruler. You can do it with any kind of templates to make pineapple blocks as well. So there's various different ways to end up at the same result. It's just how you like getting there. Everybody has their own personal preference for that. And Vivian, you are so right. She said you lose stuff when you clean up. You got that right. And Eric is telling Lisa, have you tried any machines? I would definitely suggest you try them out before you buy. And that is a little bit difficult right now because we don't have all these quilt shows up and running where you can just go to one spot and you can learn everything you need to know about every long arm machine. But you can still go into some of these local quilt shops. They sell some form of a long arm machine, and most times they don't have the full standard version in their shop. They'll have a shortened version. And sometimes them shortened versions can be for sale. Because I know Gamble has a small frame because they bring it to quilt shows sometimes. So that's something to look at too. I lose stuff even when I don't clean up. That's Lisa Peg. Kathleen Champ says, good evening to everyone. Welcome to the chat. Lisa says she was interested in the one made by Mortelli. I love his products, but it's in the something. It got cut off. Nina Boyer is here saying, hi, everyone. I would make a good treasurer for that club. Kim is saying good night to everybody. Stay safe and well. God bless. Good night, Kim. Thank you so much for being here and helping with the chat comments tonight. Kelly A says, mess accumulates much faster when you have too little space. I could find someone to support me in the manner in which I'd love to become accustomed. My sewing closet would be a sewing suite. And I said the same thing. And all we do, the bigger your space is, the more stuff you bring in. It's a mess. It don't make no difference, I'm telling you. Let's see. I don't know if Vivian's saying good night to somebody else or she's saying good night, but just in case, good night, Vivian. And Eric is saying the 18-inch throat space is the distance between the needle and the machine. And also remember that you're going to lose space when you put your roller bar in here as well. They don't tell you that. They're just telling you that this is 18 inches or whatever. But when you put that bar in here, you're losing that space. So for an 18-inch machine, you'll probably have about 10 to 12 inches of quilting room. And then as you roll your quilt and it gets thicker on that bar, you're going to lose more and more each roll. So just keep that in mind as well. And then Eric's telling me about, oh, by the way, T, sorry, I know your phone probably was blowing up. I was trying to figure out how to pin a post on Facebook. My phone wasn't blowing up because I got all notifications turned off. So I don't see anything. And then also, on a regular day anyway, I check all notifications. You know, you can set your phone for you don't get notifications. Mine starts at 10 p.m. So it's 10:30. So I'm not getting any notifications unless I open up that app. So you're okay. And then I did pin your post for Zoom. It's already been pinned. I sent you a thing to be a moderator on there, Eric. So I think you would have to accept to be a moderator in Teaquilts in order to pin a post anyway, if I'm not mistaken. So check that as well. Tiffany keeps losing us. T, don't let the stress of your new... Oh, she's saying Susan T, don't let the stress of your new presidential position cause you to lose sleep. Good night. Good night, Janet. And Tiff's frame is 12 feet. Mine's is 12 feet as well. Lisa T tries to teach us, but we get her off task. That's from Maryland. And said, that's right. She starts on the straight and narrow, but by the end of the chat, she's branched out in so many directions. You got that right. All because of us. That's Eric. Thanks, T. Wonderful chat. I'm saying good night. 11:30 here, turning into a pumpkin soon. Good night, Jackie. Thank you so much for popping in. So, yes. I'm just skipping some of this stuff so I can get down to the bottom. Deanna says, I like the die cutting systems, the waste versus my time, no dog ears and miscuts. And that's what I appreciate. Anytime you're going to clean off all these dog ears, stuff will lay nice and flat. So I know exactly where it goes. I'm all in for that. yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a few more stitches here. I think we've got another 20 minutes or so to go on this live. I wasn't expecting to get a whole lot of pieces sewed down while I chat anyway, but I got some done. That's why I came in here at least a half hour early to get them started, because I know what you all do. I need to make some greeting cards. I don't have many greeting cards left. Haven't made any since last Christmas, last November, I guess. It's always something on the agenda, but I don't have time for that. This pandemic has had me busier than any other time of year, which is so strange for me. I was not expecting that. Francesca says, where do you look when you want to see new or different patterns? I mostly find stuff when I'm at the quilt shows, in all honesty. I have not recently been like doing a whole lot of online stuff just because I've been busy myself and I don't have time to do that anymore. But basically, I would do it when I went to quilt shows. Well, I have not gone to one quilt show this year, so I don't know. I tend to just walk the aisles and stop at whatever I think is pretty. I don't do a whole lot of scrolling on the internet for patterns per se. If you all got some suggestions for Francesca, you're more than welcome to share them with her. And I'm just popping in stuff because my screen is going down. Some people say they use Pinterest. Cheryl's asking me, T, what type of thread would you recommend when doing free motion quilting? I have been using embroidery thread, but is cotton better? I tend to machine quilt with cotton thread. That's just me. I have never machine quilted with embroidery thread unless I was just using it as an accent. But I still had some other quilting holding my piecing together with cotton thread. That's just me. I just use I use Masterpiece thread by Alex Anderson that's sold by Superior, and so you can use the same thread that you piece with. I just use the same thread. However, for years I used just basic Coats and Clark thread. For years. I still got some in my container up there if I need to make a tote or something and I need to do some top stitching. I still got a few spools left because you just never end every spool of thread. So to me there's nothing wrong with Coats and Clark thread either. It's just mercerized cotton, which means that it's polyester thread underneath and wrapped in cotton on top. So I'm not really a thread snob. I know some people are. I am not. But I've never machine quilted with embroidery thread though. I've only used the embroidery thread for embroidery on my machines. That's it. My screen is rolling back the other way, guys. Judy Smith just came in, says, hey, T and all. Hi, Judy. Kevin the quilter is late to the party. Sorry. Entertaining a friend that is visiting. Loving my wooden press. Hey, Kevin. Sites like Robert Kaufman, Moda, etc. have free patterns. Yeah, I do sometimes go to Moda Bake Shop, and I haven't even been over there in a long time. Check out the quilt magazines for new patterns. So people still giving Francesca ideas. And Tiffany says she used whatever thread she can afford. My thread is whatever is on sale or given to me. And Eric goes, I look at thread and pet it. So he likes thread like he likes fabric. Kevin says, I was never a thread snob until I was given some R-feel. And that's the only thing, because this machine has such small bobbins and I can't use a different bobbin in this machine to get more thread on my bobbin. I do use R-feel because it's a little bit thinner in the bobbins, but that's the only reason why, is because I can get more thread on the bobbin. And then I go use cone thread because I don't have to worry about running out as fast. So I even piece and have it on a stand over here. Because I just like, it's more economical to buy cone thread. You get more for your money. So that's why I buy cone thread. Otherwise, I do use R-feel to do my bobbins. But like I said, I grew up sewing and using Coats and Clark, dual duty cotton, mercerized cotton. So it's not even 100% cotton. And it quilted for years very well. I got quilts that are old, been washed, and there's nothing wrong with the thread. So you don't have to buy the most expensive thread to quilt. Sometimes I get more expensive thread, but I can get it cheaper because they don't have the other stuff on big cones like this. So it ends up being cheaper. I'm spending more money today, but that thread lasts me for a very long time. And also, another reason I use Superior thread is because I'm a business and I can get it at a discount. I forgot to mention that. I just started using that last year. I had not always, because sometimes I would go to quilt shows and I wouldn't have my documentation to prove that I was a business, so I would never get it. And what I did was I ended up just putting it on my phone, and so now I just pull it up on my phone whenever I'm somewhere, and I can show people the information, the file on my phone, instead of me having to say, no, I don't have it on me. So you can get a discount that way. Some places are great with letting small business, and other companies you can't get affiliations with because you have to spend so much money every month. And for a small business, I can't afford to spend $500 with one company every month. there are some months I don't make $500. So, and I'm not in the quilting part to make money. I do quilting because I love it, and if I love it and I can make some money to help support what I'm doing, that's my goal. I try to make money to help support what I'm doing, not making money to make a living off of quilting. Let's see. Let's see, Melissa's the next comment. She says, I go to Pinterest for a broccoli recipe and I'm in there for 3 hours. I come out with 4 cake recipes and 22 quilts I want to make. That's funny. Mary says, one of my quilting teachers showed different brands of threads, and wow, what a difference there is in Orfil. Orfil is the most expensive thread. I know it's a good thread, but it's very expensive, and I do get it. I have a friend that has an account, and then when I need Orfil thread, I buy it by the box. It's a lot cheaper for me to get it that way, and then I'm getting it at, I think it's 30% off is how she gets it. And so she doesn't mark it up. She's just wanting people to help her spend. It's one of those companies where you have to spend so much every month. And so it helps her to keep her account. Let's see. Asking Mary if she can print on tissue paper for some reason. I can't with Eric. I'm done with Eric, okay? I'm not even reading that. Tiffany is asking, what do you need to be a business to do anything quilt related? You need to have a business license, and then you need to have a resales tax exempt code. That way, when you're buying stuff, you can get the discount for being the business, and then I also don't have to pay the taxes on it as well. Okay. Trying to figure out where I'm at now. I've been reading comments, lost track. So B, C, D. So I'm on E. Okay. And Kevin is telling Eric that the people, when we went to pick up I went and picked up the wood order for those that don't know, because I wanted to see what else he had available for sale and all of that. I took some video, but I did not take video like to share with you all, so people want to see it anyway. So I will go ahead and do some editing of that video before the middle of September when I do my second order, because this man sells a lot of stuff, okay? You're going to be surprised at all the stuff that he's selling. But I'll do that, and I may have to do some over voice on it, because I wasn't planning to like necessarily show it in its raw entity like that. So, because I really didn't introduce them or anything. I didn't put their faces on. I was just trying to get what these products were and what these products did. So it's not that type of a video, but I'll share with you what I have. And Eric says, I bought a cone of Orfil and it lasts me years. Now, I have not bought a cone of Orfil. I bought the small one, so I have to try that one time. It's probably going to cost me a pretty penny, too. He says he only used it for piecing. Kevin says, I piece with Orfil cone and have gone through many. Wow. See, he uses the cone. I've never bought the cone. Teresa says, good night to everybody. And she says, thank you, T. Bye, Teresa. Thank you so much. We only got like 12 more minutes on here, guys. And then Eric says, of course they did. Unforgettable. And it was because the funny thing was that they said, we were just talking, and I said, yeah, I have a friend in California wanted me to ask you about the bobbin winder. And he says, California, I remember this guy, he kind of had dark hair, was kind of tall. He was from California. I said, yeah, that probably was Eric. And he goes, why would it be Eric? Because I'm like, Eric's in California. I know Eric, and Eric was the one that told me, asking you about this bobbin winder. I'm sure it's the same person. And sure enough, it was you. But it's interesting how people remember you. They remembered you for your dark hair and your height, which was pretty cool. Robin says that she made a fall leaf table runner. That's pretty cool. Hopefully you're sharing it over in the Facebook group. I'm like, why are all these people coming in here tonight? We haven't had this much trouble in a long time. I'm trying to get these. Thanks, Diane. I see you hit somebody. I'm trying to hide them, but it's not letting me. It's just too much trouble. I can't get my thing to even hide user on this channel. Thank you, Eric. Y'all do. Okay, I think I got him back hidden. Now, I didn't know we were both doing it, and I unhid him the first time. Okay. I didn't know you all were doing the hiding, but I just block them off this channel. Yeah. Okay. Mary says one of my teachers gets items through Checkers and Brewers, and then she just passes the discounts to her students. Okay, Tiffany, I hid you by mistake. See, that's what I'm saying. It won't let me get the line I'm trying to get, but then it'll hide somebody I don't want to hide. It's just crazy. Now I got to play with this so I can get Tiffany unhidden. This is crazy. Thank you, Eric. It's like my phone is acting crazy. It won't let me do it. Going to a whole different line and stuff. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. We was putting Tiffany in timeout. I'm going to keep sewing because apparently I'm making a mess on the phone. We don't have that many more minutes left. And Tiffany goes, you what? It was an accident. Seriously. So I guess I'm putting both bottoms on because that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna let Eric and Diane handle this comment section. Just give me a wrench and then we're We're square, ha ha ha. Okay, Miss Tiffany. Okay, there you go, Tiffany. Otherwise, I can't touch the phone anymore. I don't understand why we had so many people in here tonight acting up. Or there not a lot of live groups out tonight for them to go mess with the people in there? Tiffany is just as crazy as the other ones. She goes, look, I'm all screwing and now I'm wrenching. Ha ha ha. Oh, Tiffany has been hiding hers. See, Mary and Diane and Eric, they just come straight out with it. Tiffany must be feeling good in that pool. And sometimes you gotta laugh sometimes to keep from being conscious of the serious stuff going on in your life. So it helps to laugh. It helps your endorphins, helps your body. So it's pretty cool. Oh, Eric says, call me crazy, but here's my theory. It's getting closer to election time, and all these countries want to hack into our election system, so now they're testing the waters. Because we haven't had many people in here in a long time. And it sure is popular tonight. I think this will be my last piece on here. Let's see what time it is. It's 10:55. We'll see. Tiffany says, we got to get together next time I go to Cali, Eric. I go within 100-mile radius of my mom's or aunt's place and not get in trouble spending too much money. Kevin says, I'm jonesing to sew, but too tired after entertaining. Kelly A, I can see most of the top of my cutting table. Woo woo. Oh, she's cleaning. That's pretty cool when you see the bottom of a surface. Unless you just tossed it all onto the floor. And then you still got to sort stuff. Sometimes that's best, though, to just get it all off of a surface so you can at least sort on the surface. And get her done. So I've only done I've done 3 rounds tonight. So it's better than no rounds. I think I have to do 8 rounds to finish this. Oh, Tiffany says she's out at the pool. She's got kids driving her silliness. Pretty cool. So, this is all I got tonight. I started a half hour before I came live just so I could get a little bit done. But that's it. Like I said, 10, 15, 20 minutes of sewing is better than no sewing. Try to get at least some time in your day to sew every day. Eventually the projects will get done. And you had a little stress reliever as well. So, and Eric's talking about he have a sewing table somewhere. Regina says, good night, T and all. I have never seen Tiffany's Quilting Life. Think I'll head over there since it's only 9 p.m. here. Be safe and blessed all night. Bye, Regina. Take care. No, T, I did not just move all of it onto another surface. Most of it was on my cutting table because I moved it there from somewhere else. Laughing out loud. Fabric folded and back on the shelves. That's the way to get it done. Awesome. Me lately, I just been moving from one spot to the next. Just ridiculous. So I'm proud of you, Kelly. Diane said, just wear masks and gloves, children. Lisa says, thank you, T. Looking forward to being a regular. Thank you, Lisa. Please come back. My tennis. Let's see. So we're all going to be getting off here. It's 10:59. I'm going to go take a break. I'm sure the ice I had in my water has probably melted by now. I'm going to go get me some ice, put in that cup, take a little break. Maybe give me a slice of sweet potato pie my mom made for me and my husband. So we're going to go ahead and call it quits. So as usual, everybody please stay blessed and stay safe. Again, somebody has already told you to make sure you wear your mask and gloves if needed. I tend to just do the mask. I do the gloves if I'm pumping gas or something because I'm touching too many surfaces. And then I just use hand sanitizer after I'm done. But, you know, after I'm done other places. But just stay safe, everybody, because it's still something out here. Our numbers are still going up in the USA. So just be safe, be careful. Do whatever it takes so that you're okay, your family is okay. So, bye, Tiffany. It sounds like some people heading over to your site, so that's pretty good. Good night, Teresa. Thank you for hanging around. That's another site. Teresa Louise, I Quilt Too, is here. You can check her site out as well. So we're going to go ahead and end. Bye, everybody. I'll see you Wednesday, 7 p.m. live chat. Don't forget about next Sunday, not tomorrow. Next Sunday, we are going to, it's Eric's birthday. He's going to do a Zoom. So be prepared for that. Also, if you come to Zoom, please be prepared to show us who you are, please, so that we can put faces with names. I know you can block your video camera, but we'd love to have everybody visible on Zoom if we can. That's the whole purpose of the Zoom meeting. And we're also sewing or just relaxing in our spaces. Most of us are sewing while we're doing the Zoom. So talk to everybody later. Bye.